Hello. Every so often, an opportunity comes along in fundraising, and you just grab it with both hands because it is so great. But sometimes, just occasionally, that leaves you wondering, why me? How did I get to be so lucky? Well, the story of the ActionAid insert and how it came about is a spectacular example of just this situation. The story takes place back in 1981, unbelievably. And at that time, I was Director of Fundraising for ActionAid, which was a small but relatively unknown charity, just starting out. Now ActionAid is one of the biggest, it's one of the top 20 fundraising charities in the UK, but then it was very, very small indeed. And we recruited donors off the page by advertising in the UK's quality national press. Our media options were very few. There were very few publications where our advertisements would work. And there was, of course, a lot of competition. And then one day, out of the blue, a guy came to see me. He was a print rep from an American specialist printer. And he said he could show me a new fundraising format, something that was quite revolutionary, had never appeared before. And it was based on revolutionary print technology, which was only available at that time in the United States. And he showed me a leaflet, a simple 4-page leaflet which was promoting an investment seminar in Hong Kong, but it had one thing about it that was spectacularly different. I haven't actually got that leaflet, but I've got one rather like it that was made by ActionAid. It's a 4-page leaflet, as you can see. But what is different is this, the reply envelope, which is attached to the foredge of page 3. Now, this had never before appeared in the UK or anywhere else that I was aware of. I had never seen anything quite like it. It's ready, gummed, overprinted, perforated, complete with reply form, ready to be filled in and popped in the post. Now, I nearly bit his arm off to get this, and it was particularly timely because at this time, the leading quality Sunday magazine in the UK, the Observer newspaper, was offering British charities the chance to have the first ever loose insert in their quality Sunday colour supplement. And ActionAid we were very interested in this, but because it was a very substantial investment, we had held back because we felt it needed something special. And now, suddenly, here it was, presented to us on a plate. This is the, with hindsight, rather dull front cover and the full inside spread showing the envelope and also the other side, the reverse, also showing the envelope. And we flew 50,000 copies over to the UK for the Observer to test in their machines. But while this was happening, the other 1.295 million copies were in a ship bobbing over the seas en route for London. And if the test hadn't worked, I would have personally had to hand deliver each one of those leaflets through the letterboxes of Britain. And I'm sure I would still be doing it today. But luckily for me, the test worked very well and the insert appeared and it was a spectacular success. The response we got from this promotion was over 14 times what we would expect from a whole page advertisement. The first weekend that it appeared, it raised ActionAid £2 million. But I had a question for that print rep as he was leaving my office because I was very puzzled by something, and I stopped him at the door and I said, why me? Why have you given this great opportunity to a piddly little organisation like ActionAid and not to one of the big fundraising charities? And I've never forgotten his response. He turned to me and he said, the amazing thing is, I've given it to you because you're the first organisation that has given me a hearing. I've tried to get this idea listened to by all the other big fundraisers, but nobody would see me. Nobody was even interested in hearing what I had to say. And I thought, wow. And to be quite honest with you, ActionAid went on to win every award going with that particular insert. ActionAid's fortunes were in this time transformed, and it's never looked back. And to be quite honest, I have never looked back either. But I often think how foolish some people can be to not even take the trouble to look around for what's new. And this is a very good example of how it can pay spectacularly to do just that. ActionAid's initial success with inserts, of course, was just the tip of a huge iceberg. ActionAid then went on to produce millions, tens of millions of these inserts, and it was a very successful primary recruitment medium of new supporters for at least a decade. So I hope you will read the exhibit, which is now on Sophie, and I wish you similar success in your fundraising. Thank you.